Welcome to Inspire the Fire 64, a transformative journey designed to help you discover the immense power that resides within you. This program is more than just a means of survival, it is an invitation to truly thrive. Here, you will learn to transform your passions into actionable steps, turn your dreams into tangible realities, and convert your perceived limitations into newfound strengths. The key to unlocking your most significant potential lies in your ability to ignite the fire within yourself and maintain that same fire through discipline, perception, and an ongoing dedication to personal growth. I do not strive for perfection in this program. Consistency is the key to success. So, the journey we're about to embark on is the journey of you, the journey to look within, to find that burning passion inside of you to become better than you were yesterday, 1% better than you were yesterday. And this is something that we can do on a day-to-day basis when you take on your small daily disciplines and you stack those day after day after day. It's a compounding effect. You will become better. You will become better. My story is over the last 2 years, I have been focusing on building my characteristical traits that we were not born with: confidence, perseverance, intestinal fortitude, courage. Courage is a huge one. Belief, self-efficacy, believing in oneself. And I want to pay a tribute to the 75 Hard program. Thank you, Andy Frisella, for designing the mental toughness transformation program called 75 Hard, because that's what I started my journey on. Really focusing on your mindset and seeing what our potential is as people to become this best version of ourselves. And that's putting ourselves in uncomfortable situations intentionally to bring out the best in us. And so that is what I tuned to. That is who I became. And now, over these last 2 years, I have developed a newer system that it focuses on your mental resilience and your cognitive functioning. Similarities you will see layered in my Core 64 program. They align with the model of 75 Hard, but this version is specifically targeting mental resilience and cognitive functioning. So the Core 64 program spans 64 days and emphasizes enhancing mental resilience and cognitive functioning. This duration allows participants, the Core 64 core people, sufficient time to delve deeply into the material and cultivate lasting habits, longevity. We want to do stuff that we can do for the long game. You want to be able to build up a system, rituals, routines of excellence to put you in the best position for the long game. This is not about the short. This is about what we're going to do in duration, endurance. How long can we last? What are we going to do to build this up? We can do this. You can do this. The only person that's ever stopping anybody from doing anything is yourself. The best conversation you can have with anybody is the conversation you have with you. When you look in the mirror and look back at you, the mirror does not lie. It doesn't lie. So what you do is you really keep yourself accountable. Be honest with yourself to bring out the best version of you, because the body keeps score and it will reveal itself when you look in the mirror. So this is like the foundation of this program. Really, it's like just believing in yourself, because you got to build a bridge, because goals are just wishes without belief. That's the bridge to get to the other side. If you don't believe, you don't have confidence, you are going to stay stagnant. You're going to stay sedentary. You're going to stay in that comfortable that comfortableness, your coziness. You're never going to rock the boat. You're going to keep it nice and calm waters, because you don't like change. But change is inevitable. In order for you to bring out the best version of you, you got to put yourself in situations that are risk adverse, that are going to call for you to raise up your standards so that you can become what it is that we were born to be. We're all born to be champions, or we would not be here. We would not be here. We were all born champions. It's in our DNA. You just have to channel that, and you got to focus, execute, elevate, and dominate. That is a theme that you will hear throughout this webinar. It's called FEED, the acronym: focus, execute, elevate, dominate. When you focus, that's what you're tuning your energy towards, because where your energy goes, where your attention goes, your energy flows. So we need to focus our attention so our energy can flow. And once we're doing that, once we have focused attention and we're moving towards our intentions, what are we intending to do as people? What is our next step in this evolution called life? Then now we can execute at a higher level. Now we're going to execute. Now what are we're impeccable with our word. We're going to execute what that is on a day-to-day basis. If we say we're getting up at 6 a.m. to go and knock out your first workout of the day, that's what we're doing. Impeccable with your word. Do not let you down. We're so quick to like not let anybody else down, but when it comes to us, when it comes to you, you give yourself outs. Don't give yourself an out, because you're putting in the work now so that your 80-year-old version, the 80-year-old self, doesn't have to try as hard. Like, don't make it any harder than it's going to be at that age. You want to be able to age gracefully. In order to do that, we have to invest in ourselves. We have to invest in ourselves, and we have to execute what it is that we're going to do on a day-to-day basis. Then once you do that, then you can elevate. You can elevate and dominate. So you're elevating the people around you, because now guess what? You've raised your standards. And so now, instead of lowering your standards to anybody that's around you, you're going to raise them up. High tides raise all boats. So what we're going to do now, we're going to raise that up. And once you do that, now we're in dominate mode, because now we're in a collective. Now we got more people with us that are synchronized swimming in the right direction. And we're going towards the goal, and we're going to get there because we all believe now. That's the magic of this program. It's your mental resilience. It's going to be enhanced. It's a continuous process that evolves and evolves and evolves. And then also, you're also going to be able to harness the cognitive functioning power. And then you're just going to get better, and you're going to get better. You're going to do hard things, and they're not going to be as hard anymore. This is so awesome. So focusing on mental resilience is critical, empowering individuals to overcome challenges and build a solid foundation for personal growth. By dedicating your 64 days to this transformative journey, we, the Core 64, can anticipate significant improvements in both our mental acuity and emotional strength. Our structured approach is going to foster individual growth and cultivate a sense of community among the Core 64, reinforcing the shared experience of transformation. Now, I wasn't always in this position that I'm at today. I lacked confidence. I suffered from an immense amount of self-doubt, never thinking I was worthy. But I had to go through 3 different breakthroughs to get to the position that I'm at today. So the first breakthrough that I endured was breaking the chains of alcoholism, because that had consumed a lot of my life, and I didn't see anything else. I was conditioned to believe that this was the way, that all I had to do was functioning alcoholic, and just make it day by day. And just knowing that as long as I get to drink, everything's going to be okay. If there's any issues, any problems, I'm going to fix it later, fix it tomorrow. Those are the two of the most deadliest words in the dictionary, later and tomorrow, because guess what? That's where all dreams they go to die. I'll do it later, I'll do it tomorrow. Anyways, so my first breakthrough was breaking the chains of alcoholism and choosing sobriety, putting my family first, aligning with my Christianity, believing in the one, giving my pain away, taking my thirst for the alcohol away, and then focusing on my physicality. That was that was the three tenets that I used and focused to bring me out of this alcoholism. It was something that is continuous to this day. It's been 12 years now, but it all started with those three elements. Family first, align with the higher source, the higher power, and physicality. We're exercise, working out, moderate activity, putting yourself in uncomfortable situations, testing your body, resistance, power, movements, and motion is the lotion. This is what we got to do. We got to bring that out. So that's what I did. That's what I did. And then the next breakthrough, it happened. It happened about 9 years after my sobriety. It's when I lost my brother, and losing him, he was a year younger than me. So I'm 48. I'm about to turn 49. So he would have been turning 48 this year in July. And losing him was like losing a part of you, part of me, because he was the only one that I could count on. And at that time, and he was the one that he was my best friend. And losing him, it was a very dark road to recover. And then on top of that, being in the military, serving my country, being in the Army for I'm going to finish this year at 29 years. At that time in the Army, I was called to do an assignment away from my family now. My son and my daughter, my son was 9, my daughter's 16, 17 years old. And I had to leave him again. This is right after my brother died, passed away. He moved on. It was his time. And I was alone. I was at this school alone in a 32-foot trailer. And I had to just sit there with myself, with my feelings, with my emotions, and really figure out who the hell I was. And upon doing that, I discovered that I lacked courage. I lacked awareness, and I lacked the emotional stability to trust in myself, because my self-doubt was heavy. Even though I make it to these different levels of progression in my career, still I look at other people and wonder how come I'm not there yet? Or how come I don't have this? How come I don't have that? Comparison, all these elements that, that bring out a lower part of energy in you. And I just had to really start focusing on what I have here, what I get to do. And that was put myself in a tough situation. I'm going to test myself now after what I did after my brother passed. So I put myself through a gauntlet test, 54 miles through the Franklin Mountains, 12,000 feet elevation climb. It was an ultra event, my first one I've ever done. I've never done anything like that in my life. I do a lot of running, exercise, working out, but nothing like that. Over rocky terrain, hours upon hours. Like started at 4:30 in the morning, didn't finish till 11:30 at night. It was like that. And talk about extreme conditions. But guess what? We have more potential inside of us than we even know. We just have to tap into it. We have to tap into that resource, because we are resourceful. We have resourcefulness that's inside of us that we can pull out and direct and move towards the target. So completing that, I wasn't able to go back to my family. So now, yet again, I'm moving again. Now they put me in Washington. So I'm going to be away from them for 2 years now. So 2 years, I'm over there for that last year before I get to go back home, fight to get back to where my family is. And I'm there. So now I start. Now this is where, after I did that ultra event, I'm like, what other hard things can I do? So I started the 75 hard program. And it was the best decision I ever made because I executed it. When I made the decision to do it, it was that power of now concept. When it's in your head, it's fresh, it's ready to go. You got to execute and you got to do it. And so I did. And then ever since then, it started to reveal this writing on the wall that was always in front of me the entire time, is that you are going to be okay in the unfamiliar. Well, on the other side of that wall, it's not a bunch, it's not more pain. It's actually going to be something that is going to make you stronger and healthier mentally, emotionally, spiritually, so that you can bring out the best in you and to bring out and lift up everybody else that's around you, add value to the hour. And so upon discovery of that, when I finally came home and I was when I finally came home, so that's where I came to my last final breakthrough. This is where I developed the courage. This is I can see why a lot of people don't ever make this decision. Although it seems like it was definitely the right thing to do, it was one of the hardest decisions of my life because I was leaving a person that I was with for the last 18 years, who was the mother of my children, my daughter and my son. And it's just, when you go and you're in a courtroom and you're around, it is ugly, and it is all those worst things that you can imagine. And so that's why people don't do it. And people stay, and people tolerate, and people just say it's okay to be a doormat and live in a relationship of resentment and bad energy, toxicity, emotional damaging. And people will choose that because guess what? That's what they know. And that's what I did for such a long time. I could never step into that unfamiliar because I knew what I was getting with this. And as long as I knew that, I know that, okay, I can navigate those waters. But am I going to go out there to the others? I'm going to go east? No, I'm not doing that. I don't know what's over there. It's not going to happen. But finally, there was something that resided in me, it resonated with me, and it was stick the path. Stick the path. And so I just stuck the path and I kept on going. And here I am. And we're almost there. We're almost to our year of separation before we can move to the next step and get divorced. But we're in a better position now because we were two people that just could not live under the same roof anymore. We just couldn't. So now she's finding herself. She's getting her life back. And our kids are happier, are healthier. They see both of our parents are thriving now. So those are my 3 breakthroughs. I attribute that to me finally going inward versus outward and really focusing on what I could do to become a better version of myself. So the mother of all skills is repetition. Your word, be impeccable with your word. Your word is everything. So like I said earlier, your word to yourself, when you give your word, be impeccable with your word. Now, this summarizes the guiding principle of this program. Core 64 encapsulates the essence of mental strength and resilience, emphasizing the importance of personal accountability. Core 64 aims to reprogram your brain, foster self-belief, and build confidence by tackling challenging tasks incrementally. The journey of true discovery, this is a great quote. The journey of true discovery lies not in finding new lands, but in looking through new eyes. Now, Proust said that. And what that means to me is it's all life is perspective. Life is perspective and what we see, what story is repeating that's allowing us to believe in this way, what program is running in our minds to believe that this is the only way to go. Because life is, that's what it is. It's perspective. And then once we change the lens and we start looking with awareness, self-awareness, we can now tap into that resource that's inside of us. Be like, oh, now we can start learning. And then we can start recognizing patterns and then start utilizing those patterns to put us in a better position. Ultimately, the better position is longevity in life and a healthy lifestyle. Health is wealth. And that's where it's at. We need to just invest in ourselves, invest in our health, because that's the wealth. That's the wealth. So I really love that quote. All right, so this is our timeline. But before we get to the timeline, with the Core 64 program, is safety disclosure. It's essential to consult a healthcare professional before embarking on the Core 64 program. Core 64 incorporates intense training, which may not be suitable for everyone. So make sure, yes, you get it. An assessment done from a health practitioner to make sure that you're okay to perform any of the tasks that you are going to undergo as you go on with the program. So I just want you to be safe. I want you to be safe and don't put yourself in any harm's way. So taking these precautions will help you engage effectively with the program and achieve your desired outcomes while prioritizing your health. All right, here we go. First statistic, okay, on average, it takes a person 66 days to build a lifestyle habit. Okay, on average, that's the fastest that you can get it, 66 days. Sometimes it takes people longer than that. And then but occasionally, unique circumstances, people can do it quicker, but on average, 66. We're going to do it in 64 days. 64 days. You're going to do this day 1 to day 32. Once you get to day 32, you aren't even going to recognize who you are anymore, because you are going to shed so much of that old version of you. It's a lot of weight that you're going to let go of, because the best thing we can do is focus on what we can control and let go of everything else. Let go of what we don't know. Let it go. Focus on what you can control. And doing this program, you're going to focus on what you can control. What can you control? You can control what you eat. You can control how you sleep. You can control investing in your mind. You can control investing in your strength, physicality. You can control what you drink. It's all these things that are within our control. We just choose not to. If it's easy to do, it's easy not to do. We just have to do. And once we do that, you are going to, in turn, bring out this ultimate and best championship DNA in that. You're going to bring it out, and you're going to excel. And then you're going to do that with focus, with execution, elevation, and dominance. I'm telling you, you are going to believe in you. And that's the best thing that comes out of this. Because after the 64 days, there's still 301 days in the year. You're not going to want to do anything else, because this is going to be who you are now. There's no way I could ever go back to the version of me from 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago, because it's a constant evolution of growth. Because if we're not growing, we're dying. So we want to continue to grow, put ourselves in a growth state. It's okay. Take the next step. Take the next 2 steps. But if it's not going to kill you, continue to walk forward. We are not built to go backwards. We are built to go forward. So we look ahead. We need to move ahead. Okay, so we're built to go forward. We don't go backwards. And then you will do this. You will continue to do this. And if you just do it for 64 days, and then you just add some of these habits that you have learned throughout the 64 days into your everyday lifestyle, and then you end up making another version for you, for yourself, that's unique to you, so be it. But at least now you got some excellent routines and habits that are small daily disciplines that you're going to stack in day after day, compound interest, earning and earning and earning, so that you can continue to put yourself on the next rung, continue to climb the ladder. So the first non-negotiable of the Core 64 program is our nutritional approach. So Wayne Dyer says your body is a temple, but only if you treat it as one. So we need to, like, again, go back to investing in ourselves. We're treating our bodies as a temple. You can do it. It is achievable. It is not too late. You have it inside of you. You can do this. It's going to be hard, but it's going to be worth it. So consider nutrition as the fuel for a high performance engine. The better the fuel, the smoother the journey toward mental resilience. So on your nutritional plan, consume sufficient protein daily and avoid alcohol altogether. These guidelines are designed to promote optimal health and support your journey throughout the Core 64 program. The initiative encourages all Core 64 community members to adopt a nutritional plan that adheres to clean eating guidelines while allowing for personal choice. So you get to choose whatever it is that you want to do as far as your nutritional plan. And that's going to be your option. You choose your dietary strategy, whatever it is. Mine was strength training. Mine's strength training. So I'm choosing clean eating and high quality proteins. And that's just brings me to my next transitions perfectly over to talking about Dr. Gabrielle Lyon. She's a functional medicine physician, and for her, protein intake is vital. It's crucial for muscle health and overall well-being. She says our body is made up of 40% skeletal muscle, and a lot of people, when they don't invest in themselves and they don't have an adequate amount of protein later in life, if they're remaining sedentary, they are going to suffer from sarcopenia. That means like they're going to be fragile. They might not be able to walk up and down stairs, and they have, they fall down. It just creates a lot of opportunities for injuries, and we don't want that. We want to build our skeletal muscle so that later on in life, we don't have to face that, because we're going to be strong. Longevity. So Dr. Lyon, she advises individuals to aim to consume a specific amount of protein based on their desired weight. For instance, if you weigh 220 pounds, okay, I'm about 218, and you wish to maintain or build muscle, your protein intake should be about approximately 220 grams of protein per day. Okay, that might seem like a very high number for protein, but that is going to keep you in that 220-pound range, and you're going to do that. I mean, there's ways to do it. Windows, I do in 30 minutes to an hour after I work out. I mean, that's my first protein for the day. That's 60 grams. You're going to have to measure this throughout the day, and you're going to have to prepare and have a game plan and a strategy to make sure that you can get the proper amount of protein per day. But it's doable, it's achievable, and it's something that is going to benefit you in the long run, and it's going to help you to continue to build your muscles and can become stronger. So on in contrast, if you want to lose weight, if your strategy is to lose weight, and you weigh 250 pounds, we want to reduce your protein intake to 200 grams of protein so that we can help you to get down to that 200 pound range, your target body range, your target weight whatever you want to be, whatever weight it is that you're looking for. So this recommendation is rooted in the understanding that adequate protein is vital for your muscle growth, repair, and metabolic health. Now, all of my core 64 non-negotiables are going to have enhancements for them, which is optional. It's something that you can do maybe on the second go around or the third, or if you want to incorporate it now, if you're at that level. So with the first one, with the nutritional approach, the research indicates that reducing sugar intake can improve your blood circulation, cognitive function, and overall mental health. Thus, in the Core 64 program, reducing sugar intake to less than 36 grams per day is optimal. It's optimal. So during the last 3 weeks of the Core 64 program, we will stop eating sugar. According to Dr. Eric Berg, who specializes in healthy ketosis and intermittent fasting, abstaining from sugar for 21 days can lead to 22% blood increase, like a blood flow increase to your brain, and a remarkable 47% enhancement in your brain-derived neurotropic factor. So your BDNF, this is essential for brain health, neuroplasticity, and cognitive function. BDNF, this is something that we are going to build in this community. Basically what BDNF is a protein that supports the survival of neurons in your brain. And it's in the frontal, it's in the prefrontal cortex. And it tells what it does is it tells our executive decision making that we do hard things now. We can plank for 5 minutes now. We can go outside and do a weighted vest workout with 50 pounds on us. And the weather could be very, very cold and snowy outside and icy. And we're going to do it. And we're going to do it because we have built BDNF. And we have built a trust in ourselves and a confidence in ourselves that we can do it. So overall, this program is designed to significantly improve your cognitive function, your mental health, cardiovascular health, mood, and energy levels. So with this enhancement, you go to 36 grams per day until you get to the 21-day mark of 36 grams or less of sugar per day until you get to the 21-day mark. And then from there, then it's zero sugar intake. I'm talking like artificial sugars. Those, just stay away from sugar for 21 days. And you're going to see an immense difference in who you are. Your energy levels are going to be great. You're going to feel good, clarity. You're going to remove a lot of that brain fog. You're just going to feel rejuvenated, regenerated. It's great. So that's the enhancement piece for the first non-negotiable nutritional approach. So the second non-negotiable is your physical fitness, and this is the foundation of a resilient mind. Like a tree, the stronger the roots, the higher it can reach toward the sky. Now, Core 64 members, we must complete 32 minutes of indoor and outdoor workouts, or you can do 2 workouts totaling 64 minutes. That's acceptable. Additionally, it is essential to maintain a daily step count. This is a non-negotiable that's incorporated with the workouts, 10,000 steps per day. And then also we're going to add a 30-second plank that begins in week 1. So you start on Monday, you finish on Sunday. That's 30 seconds each day. And then week 2, you start on Monday, you're at a minute. And you're going to increase it week by week until we're finished with the 64 days. By the end of this, you'll be doing 4-minute planks. Yep. So if you never planked before, you're going to be doing 4-minute planks per day. And it's going to be hard, but you're going to be able to do it. So basically that's what it is. It's those 2 workouts. And we recommend like you workout options, including like strength training, like cardiovascular exercise, yoga, tai chi. You can do these different things for your indoor workouts, and then your outdoor workouts, you get to choose what that is as long as you get outside and as long as you're getting your 10,000 steps in. So for me, like what I do, what I do is I do strength training every other day. And on the in-between days before I do my strength training, that's when I'm doing my weighted vest workout. And I'm getting that's where I'm getting the majority of my steps in for that day in the morning. So the 10,000 steps on the days that I do my outdoor weighted vest workout are a lot easier to get. But when I'm doing my strength training workouts, I do my last outdoor workout. I do that, and later on in the day. And then that's how I finish out. And I always hit my 10,000 steps that way. But I'm saying it's something that we could do. It's something you can do. You just have to put it in there, and you have to be impeccable with your word, and you honor yourself, and you can accomplish this. You can. Now, so achieving your 10,000 steps, it's just a key habitual transformation in the Core 64 program. And there's no exceptions to the rule. According to Jim Quick, 10,000 steps each day for an entire year is equivalent to completing 70 marathons. That illustrates the challenge's significance. So chalking down the 10,000 steps. If you never run a marathon in your entire life, you do this 10,000 steps for the entire year, it will be as if you ran 70 marathons. That is cardiovascular amazement. Your heart is going to love you because you're invested in yourself, and you're getting out there, you're doing that physical activity. You're choosing not to be sedentary, and you're making the hard decision to put yourself in those situations where you are just getting outdoors. For one, it's amazing, and breathing in that fresh air. But then also you're getting the amount of steps that you're going to need to be able to just continue to give your body that moderate activity, that moderate level of activity. Okay, no matter what, you can do this. You can do it. Now, for me, I can't see myself doing anything else that I'm never going to change. I'm doing this. This is what I'm doing until it's my time. So a lot of us have pets. I have a golden doodle and a mini schnauzer. I take them out with me on my strength days, and so I can give them an opportunity to get some steps in. And then I also eat whatever steps I'm missing for the day. I do it with them, and we finish it out. We get our 10,000 steps, and we're good to go. So now let's talk about planking. So planking is incorporated into the daily routine with our Core 64 members. That we're encouraged to begin holding the plank for 30 seconds, and we're increasing incrementally by 30 seconds each week. So what this gradual increase does, it's a continuous challenge for engagement. So in our fitness journey, so my longest plank ever was 10 minutes. And I started at 1 minute per day. So this is what I did in my last organization. What I did was, when I was doing my mental toughness journey, I was like, okay, what else can I do to engage everybody? I was trying to elevate people around me. So I elevated my operations section, and we started this plank challenge, and we started with a minute. We did a minute each day for 7 days. So on Saturday and Sunday, they were on their own. And then sometimes I would spot check them and tell them to send me a video to make sure that they were doing their planks on the weekend. Hey, it was all fun. It was all great. So the next day, on Monday, we come in, we do a minute 30. Now I had a siren on my phone. Whenever I would hit the siren, so the annoying sound, people knew they were in my vicinity, that they were going to do a plank, no matter what minutes we were at. So if we were at 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or 4, or even 5 minutes, whoever was in the vicinity had to do their best to hold that plank for the 5-minute duration. So some would get like 2 minutes, and then they have to rest, but then we'll come right back to it. So it's a lot of muscle memory, and your core, you're building up your core, you're strengthening your back, you're stressing your body. You're not thinking about whatever problem it is that's going on in the world, because you're focused on holding this plank. And we have control over that. And then again, the plank it boosts your BDNF. It's signaling to the brain that we do hard things now. It improves your memory and your mental resilience. Now, according to Dr. Joe Risser, the plank is one of the most efficient and effective ways to increase your BDNF. Incorporating planking and other forms of exercise into your routine can significantly increase BDNF levels, which are a key protein that supports your brain health and cognitive function. As highlighted in recent research, planking, which requires both your physical endurance and mental toughness, exemplifies how pushing through discomfort can build resilience. The mental fortitude is not merely about willpower, it reflects a deeper understanding of how our bodies respond to the physical challenges. So, by engaging in exercises such as planking, Core 64 members, we can encourage the release of BDNF, fostering neuroplasticity and improving our mental health. Thus, consistent practice not only cultivates physical strength, but it also fortifies mental resilience, providing a holistic approach to our personal development and well-being. So that is the non-negotiable physical activity and fitness. The two workouts. You're going to do your 10,000 steps per day, and then also starting off with a 30-second plank, and you're going to do that with the incremental of 30-second increase each week until we complete it 64 days. Now, the enhancements of this program is just, like I said at the beginning, you can change up your workouts. You integrate with the yoga workout, a meditation, a Tai Chi, which it promotes the physical and mental well-being. Now, these practices not only enhance your flexibility and strength, but also foster your mental clarity and emotional balance, emotional regulation. It just allows you to be present. A lot of people nowadays are just not present, and it builds your awareness. So the Core 64 program is a holistic approach to health and wellness. By incorporating mind-body techniques, the Core 64 community will benefit from the synergies created between physical exercise and mental relaxation, facilitating a deeper connection between our bodies and minds. Now, water intake. The water you drink is the river of life. It nourishes not only your body, but also your mind. Peter Crone. Now, hydration is like a stream flowing through the landscape of your thoughts. When it runs unmistakably and abundantly, clarity and vitality nourish. So for us, the Core 64 community, our non-negotiables, water intake, maintaining our proper hydration is a fundamental aspect of achieving overall health and well-being, particularly throughout the 64 days. Now, the Core 64 program for men, a daily intake of at least 100 ounces of water. For women, 71. The level of hydration is crucial, not only for supporting your optimal bodily functions, but also for enhancing physical performance and cognitive abilities. Now, water, as we all know, it plays a vital role in regulating our body temperature, transporting nutrients, and facilitating digestion and metabolism. So when we adequately hydrate, we will tend to experience higher level energy levels, healthier skin, and improve overall bodily efficiency. In contrast, even mild dehydration can lead to fatigue, reduced concentration, and diminished physical performance, illustrating the value of consistent hydration. So, the Institute of Medicine recommends a total of daily water intake from all beverages and foods of about 3.7 liters or 125.1 ounces. For men. For women, it's 2.7 liters or 91.2 ounces. Now, in the Core 64 program, 20% of our water is going to come from the foods. So for men, that's why we reduced it down to 100 ounces per day and 71 for women. So in addition to the various physical benefits, proper hydration also supports your weight management by regulating your appetite and reducing unnecessary cravings, which makes it easier to adhere to dietary goals during the Core 64. program. Furthermore, adequate hydration has been linked to enhanced mood, cognitive function, even slight dehydration can adversely affect mental clarity and focus. So by committing to drink sufficient water each day for the next 64 days, you will empower yourself to optimize your physical health, improve your mental acuity, and promote a greater overall well-being. Remember, hydration is not merely a daily task. It's the cornerstone of your journey toward a healthier, more vibrant life. Drinking water is just essential. It's part of who I am now. There's no day that I could ever imagine that I would not drink at least 100 ounces of water per day. It's just not going to happen. It's not feasible. I don't feel right if I don't drink that amount of water by now, because I've done this for so long. This is who I am now. And you just have to build up to it. And you can do this, and you have to just monitor it. So 25, usually most water bottles come in 25 ounces. You drink 4 of those a day, you hit your 100 ounces. For women, you just got to drink what, 1, 2, about 3 of those, and you'll hit your 75. You'll be 75 ounces. You'll be 4 ounces over. You're good to go. So 3, 25 ounces for women, 4, 25 ounces for men. And we do that. And you can knock this out as early as possible is ideal. I do this especially on my strength training days in the morning when I'm working out. I'm getting that done. Let me back up just a second. When I wake up, I already have a 25-ounce bottle right by my bedside. So I'm breaking my fast in the morning. I'm drinking 25 ounces off the get-go. And then after that, I take a 32-ounce water bottle with me to the gym, and I'm drinking all that at the gym. So I'm already at like over 50 ounces of water. So it's doable. It's achievable. It's something that we can do. You just have to have the discipline to do it. Okay, that's it. So let's go on to the next non-negotiable. Reading. Okay, formal education, it will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune. Jim Rohn, the godfather of self-development, come on. Formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune. What does that mean to you? That means, to me, is the more that we can put and invest in ourselves, because we are the best commodity on earth is us, the better result that we're going to have. So continue to invest in you to bring out the best of you. And reading is just something that you are going to tap into. That's free. That's something that people have put their entire lives, 20 years of accomplishments and mistakes and learn lessons and growth into a book for you to read 350 pages and then take what's out of that book and apply it to your life and utilize that so that you can shrink decades into days. Come on. It's a very untapped resource. And I really, until I started my mental toughness journey, I did not read as soon as I graduated high school, it was no self-development reading. I mean, even in high school, I wasn't reading anything about self-development. I was just reading stuff that for high school, for books for that. It's philosophy, biographies. So it's just now I know the pricelessness that it is of reading and how much value it will just upgrade who I am so that I can continue to evolve and be relevant in this day and age, because it's moving very, very fast. And it's either you're on this train or it's going to leave you behind, and you're going to be way far behind. So the best thing that you can do is just start investing in yourself. So that's why, doing your 12 pages of reading is pretty much like reading a chapter per day. We're going to focus on fiction, self-development, philosophy, or biographies of people who have walked the path ahead. So That's what we want to do. We want to model the people who have already shown us the way. They said, okay, look, this is what they've applied. This is where they're at in their life. These are the mistakes that they've made. They've laid it out to us, a blueprint to follow. We have the strategy. So now what we have to do is put ourselves in a situation so that we can, pave our own way, unique to us, make it unique to us, applicable to us, and then just go for it and stick the path. Stick the path and go. Execute, elevate, dominate. So in the Core 64 program, comprehension and critical thinking are foundational skills. Engaging in self-development reading. So when we include our nonfiction, philosophy, and biographies, this is going to broaden your thinking and inspire creativity. According to Jim Quick, reading is the way to learn from the experiences of others, to gain wisdom, and to avoid their mistakes. So as a Core 64, when we read a cumulative total of 12 pages per day, it's going to enrich our cognitive environment with diverse perspectives and narratives. And this variety enhances our critical thinking abilities and allows us to connect with our personal experiences with stories, with the stories that we are exploring together. So, which leads me to the enhancement for this program. So, as a participant in the Core 64 Inspire the Fire program, it's crucial to reflect on the reading through our journaling, which is the next non-negotiable, so we can share our insights, gain, and apply these lessons to our journey. So as the Core 64, we embark on this journey of mental resilience, we're going to engage in a collaborative learning experience that fosters personal growth and a sense of belonging within the Core 64 community. So our thoughtful discussions, when we come together as a community, we're going to enable our participants, us, Core 64, to gain new perspectives, reinforcing our understanding of the material and enhancing our overall learning experience. Isn't that great? So the more you read, the more you learn, the more you grow. That's Jim Quick. So that's reading. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. Invest in you. Invest in you. And bring out the best in you. Become 1% better than you were yesterday by doing 10% more today. Remember, compounding effect. This will stack up over time. You read 12 pages per day, and you do this for 64 days, it'll come out to about 2 books that you've read in 2 months. It's amazing. Say you do this for a year, that's 12 books. Say you did this for 2 years, you've now read 24 books. Come on. You're going to continue to invest in you, and it's going to bring out the best in you. You're going to challenge your brain. You're going to work your body. You're going to build your strength. You're going to build your muscle power. And then also you're going to build your brain power. And that's what we're going to do with this program. The cognitive functioning. So let's get right into the next non-negotiable, which is 10 minutes of journaling. So self-reflection is the key to self-awareness. It's the bridge that takes you from where you are to where you want to be. Now, that's what Peter Crone says. So I believe this quote captures the essence of how self-reflection can lead to a greater awareness and an overall personal growth. According to Peter Crone, understanding oneself is the foundation for making meaningful changes and achieving one's goals. So this is your time to hold yourself accountable. This is the time to be impeccable with your word. And when you're journaling, you just start off with, what am I grateful for today? And you can just start writing about what you're grateful for. Did you execute? Did you focus? Did you execute and elevate and dominate today? How did that fit into your day? What happened? Did you have to do a reset at the middle of the day and adapt and make some changes because life is happening all around us? It's constantly circulating. So we got to make those decisions to make some game time decisions so we can still execute at a high level. Quick decision making. Don't linger. make the decision, live with it, move on, and then learn and grow, because we embrace growth and discomfort as core 64. So that's how we're going to grow, because if we're not growing, we're dying. We want to continue to invest in ourselves, and the best way we can do that is to just hold ourselves to the line, to the letter. When we look in the mirror, when we make that honest, we give honest feedback. There's no such thing as failure. It's just feedback. It's how we're going to get better on the next play, on the next set, the next rep, whatever it is, the next swing. We can do this collectively, but you got to start individually. And then you can start raising up people around you. You got to put your mask on first. Then you can start helping everybody else around you. So that's why there's journaling. Find ways to get your journal, because that is you investing in you. And that's putting money into your mental account, to your physical account, to your emotional account. So self-reflection is akin to like refining a mirror. Its clarity enhances your ability to perceive your true self and the path ahead. So it's a core component of our program, Core 64, and it's going to significantly enhance your awareness, emotions, challenges, and victories. Throughout the Core 64 program, we will track our growth in mental resilience, fostering a deeper understanding of our personal journeys. So journaling, it really serves as a therapeutic outlet. It helps us as Core 64 to process our experiences and articulate our thoughts. Therefore, by regularly documenting the journey over the 64 days, we're going to identify patterns, celebrate milestones, and set meaningful goals for the future. Now, let's go back to identifying patterns. Before I had my breakthroughs, I could not see the pattern, which is clear as day now. It was the pattern of me in self-doubt, disbelief, unworthiness, no courage, non-confrontational, not good enough, people-pleasing, like all these different things that have kept me restricted, because these are the constraints that I was born with, that I had to recognize what the pattern was. And now with who I am today, the evolution of me, the old version of me is here. I burned access to that old version of me. There's no getting to him anymore. He's going to be here no matter what. So when he is with me, he's riding in the passenger seat or in the back seat. He's no longer driving the vehicle. All right. But there's no return. I'm not putting the old version skin back on me. It's not going to happen. And so we just acknowledge that it's okay if we made mistakes. That's the evolution of life. But we are not our mistakes. Our past does not define us. We are constantly growing and learning. And if we are growing, I'm learning, I'm allowed to make mistakes, but I'm getting better every day. That's it's the language that we speak to ourselves. We got to have the best conversations in the world are happening with us, with you, with me. You got to be able to talk yourself and say, you know what? I'm going to get this done. And you will start, your belief factor will start, your BDNF, it's going to start rising and rising and rising, your confidence. And then all of a sudden, now we got courage. We don't feel any of that emotional stress and that self-pity and doubt that we used to feel. We're not feeling that anymore, because now we have identified the pattern. And so now we're utilizing a different pattern to bring out the best version of us. And that is doing our small daily disciplines, our non-negotiables, day after day, stacking our small wins and have compounding effect so that we can win at life. Master your mindset, master your life. It's mindset game. The people who understand that and are able to put themselves and have equanimity in the chaos, meaning staying calm, because they know that they have a higher purpose and a higher meaning. They're aligned with the source, and they know that if we stick the path, this is going to be the evolution. You're going to feel it, and you're going to be like, okay, I'm going to hit it every single day. You're going to be so inspired. You're going to inspire other people, because now you raise that fire within yourself and you've ignited people and you've elevated them. Because it all started with just one little flicker inside of you. And then that just started to just expand and expand and expand, expansion. And then whoever's in proximity of you, they get to feel that. So that's awesome, right? So the enhancements of this program is that on the core 64, we're going to look for a glimmer per day. And then once we get the glimmer, we're going to share a 1 to 2 minute video. It's going to be called a glimpse. So for instance, when we look for glimmers, we're going to create an atmosphere that invites the individual, us, core 64, to be present with awareness. So by the end of the week, after recording one glimmer each day, we will have the opportunity to share our glimmers and lessons learned in a 1 to 2 minute glimpse video. This video is going to reflect on our experience in the Core 64 program. So glimmers are the opposite of triggers. So when we look for glimmers are tiny moments of joy. We're looking for what is the good and the greatness that came out of today versus looking for all the wrong things that happened, what the negative was, what this person did to me, or like any of those, the lower energy type feelings. We want to disassociate from those, and we want to associate with the glimmers, the tiny moments of joy, because the game of life is those experiences, those moments, those shared, like joyful, happy times with our family. We cry with them, we laugh with them, and then we just connect. We connect with our loved ones, and that's something that nobody could ever take away from you. So this is what the intent of this portion of the program is for us to be able to connect. So let's get to the final non-negotiable. Sleep and recovery. This is paramount. This is going to separate you from the old version of you right here, the sleep and recovery. So sleep is the best meditation according to the Dalai Lama. So imagine sleep is like the night's blanket, wrapping your thoughts in rest and allowing your thoughts to rejuvenate and awaken anew, ready to face the day's challenges. And so 7 to 9 hours of sleep is what's required. Now, Matthew Walker, a renowned neuroscientist, sleep expert, and the author of Why We Sleep, he emphasizes that sleep is essential for optimal health, cognitive function, and physical performance. It's not optional. By prioritizing our sleep and recovery, the Core 64, us, community, we will enhance our physical and mental performance, making it a key component of the program. Now, when we focus on our sleep, we execute, elevate, and dominate. And recovery illustrates the value of maintaining balance and self-care throughout the transformative process. Now, Matthew Walker, he recommends, like I said, we are 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. This range is linked to better health outcomes, improved cognitive performance, emotional regulation, which is like the new hotness right now, is learning how to emotionally regulate, and enhance athletic recovery. Now, this commitment to rest and recovery is foundational for sustaining long-term health and vitality. So, to be honest, like sleep was something that I put to the side. It was something that I didn't put value towards because I was always there. I can just overcome. I'll be okay. But now that I have awareness on sleep and recovery, there's my sleep time. This is where I go. This is the next level for me. This is I'm looking for, getting deeper sleep, rapid eye movement sleep. I'm monitoring my sleep, and then so I can see what my sleep score is, and then I can know like how my day is probably going to unfold. So if I have a bad sleep score, then I know I'm going to be maybe a little bit aggravated, maybe a little bit fatigued, maybe a little slower. It's because I did not give my body a chance to optimize. So that's why it's so vital that we put a lot of emphasis on our sleep and recovery so that we can continue to build this machine of you, this better version of you. So, for me to you guys in the Core 64, I highly recommend being cognizant of your nightly and morning routines. Okay. The way we end and begin each day can determine our success or failure. I believe that if we master our mindset, we master our lives. Simple. It's like I said, it's a mindset game. Win mindset, win life. in the Core 64 community, we're going to prioritize our sleep by maintaining a cool, dark room. These are some pro tips for sleeping. You can do like nasal breathing before you go to sleep, box breathing, just to get your body ready to start signaling to your body that we're going into get prepared for a very good night's rest. So the quality sleep is crucial because it powers your cognitive functions, regulates mood, and boosts immunity. It's making it an essential component of our overall health. So additionally, another tip is start dimming your lights 60 to 90 minutes before bed, before it's time for you to go to sleep. It creates a more restful environment, supporting better sleep quality. If people can better understand, like we understand that our sleep affects our daily lives and health, we will recognize its importance. And adhering to a consistent sleep and wake schedule is far more effective than attempting to catch up on rest. We're not catching up on rest. We're getting our 7 or 9 hours every night. It's going to promote our natural rhythm, our circadian rhythm, that our body thrives on. So the enhancements of this program to our sleep and recovery is I highly recommend implementing an active visualization model or process where you see yourself aligned with your purpose, backed by intention and meaning. So whatever that is for you, that's going to constantly evolve anyways. But what it is for you right now, present day, okay, focus on what that is so that you are seeing yourself in that newer version of you and you're feeling it and you're tasting it, you're sensing it. It's all sensory. Um, and you visualize the person you're becoming. So I recommend like 5 minutes before bed and then 5 minutes upon awakening. And of course, we're grateful. We're empowering us to be 1% better than we were yesterday. So I like, like you reflect on when you're doing this, like reflect on how you performed today, what you did or did not do, and on ways you can improve. How can we get better? And then in the morning, remember, your mind is greater than your feelings. I know your bed's comfortable. I know you don't want to get out. Your loved one is laying next to you. They look like they're in a deep sleep. But your mind is greater than your feelings. You got to get up. You got to get out of bed and you got to execute. Then you can elevate. Then you can dominate. So what I do, this is what I do. I start my day by reciting the following. I own the day. I own the day. Okay. I'm starting to speak confidence into myself. I focus on what I can control. I focus on what I can control. I embrace growth and discomfort. I deliver value to others and expect nothing in return. I am grateful for what is while moving towards what could be. So I recite the above affirmations in front of the mirror sometimes, and I strengthen, which strengthens their meaning. It reprograms my mindset, and it's a form of brain priming. And it's another one of those mirror effects because again, what does the mirror do? The mirror does not lie. And you want to be able to see yourself, looking yourself in the eyes so you can hold yourself accountable and you can align what it is that you're saying so your subconscious know that you're not kidding anymore. Your conscious will follow suit. So we're talking to both, okay? And we're going to do this and it will set the tone for the day. So this is where you focus on your purpose. That's why I focus on my purpose and my identity of who I am becoming. So remember, overcoming is becoming. So I incorporate these habits into my daily routine. It's part of my morning ritual. I call it my routines of excellence and systems of discipline. And so, which is followed by this is what, after I do that, I'm going into the restroom. I go into the shower. I'm going to turn it on cold, as cold as it could be. And I'm going to dunk my head, full immersion, about 60 seconds. And then the freezing cold water, it tests my mental discipline and trains my brain to endure intentional discomfort. Because remember, we do hard things now. So this is another one of those things that's a non-negotiable like task for your brain. And it says, we're not negotiating. Mine is greater than your feelings. You're going to get this. You're going to intentionally put yourself in discomfort. So you're intentionally put yourself in uncomfortable situations. And again, what that does that do? That builds your BDNF, right? Based on my experience, the Core 64 program, it's going to be a catalyst for you for improved cognitive function and mental resilience. By focusing on these various aspects, Core 64 as a unique program, it will emphasize mental resilience, cognitive functioning, personal growth, and community engagement. So this multifaceted approach not only addresses members' needs, like it's not only going to address your needs, but it also fosters a sense of belonging and support. Because individuals in the Core 64 program are going to progress through the program. They're going to progress, and process. We're going to process the progress. Progress is progress. We're going to go through this together. Remember, compounding interest, day by day, step by step. So we're going to develop this together, and we're going to develop essential skills and connections that are going to empower us to thrive in all areas of our lives. So now, Core 64, you are equipped to inspire your fire, elevate beyond survival, and create a legacy rooted in resilience, vision, and service. I believe that we are the masters of our own destiny. So we need to reveal who that is. And so it's always been inside of us. We just got to start looking in the right places and take away everything that is not that, so that you can be your David. Because that's all Michelangelo did, was he chipped away everything that wasn't David to make David. So we can do this, but you need to be able to chip away all those things, remove all those constraints, those lower energies that has been keeping you prisoner and hostage. And so now you're going to take those chains and you're going to disintegrate them, and you're never going to put that skin back on again, because that is no longer who you are. You are a constantly evolving person, and we're going to do this. We're going to do this. So be inspired to inspire others, and then stick to the path less traveled. Don't go down that normal path that everybody goes down. We're going down to on the path less traveled, and that's that path of the unfamiliar and the uncertainty. So just a recap real quick on the non-negotiables: nutritional plan, individual choice, adhere to the chosen plan, protein intake in grams for the desired weight in pounds. Preparation is key. Remember, 0 alcohol, abstain from drinking, no exceptions. 2-a-days, indoor and outdoor workouts. Make sure they're 32 minutes each. You can do 2 workouts totaling 64 minutes. That's completely fine. But the added bonus that you get to do, what is 10,000 steps per day? No exceptions. We're investing in ourselves. And then planking for 30 seconds per day. That's required, with the duration increasing by 30 seconds each week. So by the time we're at the 8th week, we're going to be doing 4 minutes every single day. It's doable, it's achievable, you can do it. And water intake for men, it's 100 ounces, women 71 ounces. So plan to drink that earlier than later. And then 12 pages a day. Readers are leaders, leaders are readers. Okay, invest in you. And 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Commit to the rest and recovery. It's foundational for sustaining long-term health and vitality. Invest in you. And then 10 minutes of journaling. So individuals, we're going to identify patterns, celebrate our milestones, and set meaningful goals for the future, right? Invest in you. Identify your patterns. Utilize your patterns and create your own patterns. Okay? Work towards mastery. And you got to start with identifying whatever that pattern is. And then you can begin to see and reveal this pattern. And you can start with this 10 minutes of journaling every single day. On this slide, you can see my ebook there. You can find that ebook on the last page. There'll be a link to it, and you can download it. It comes in a PDF format and a flipbook format, so you can read it. It goes a little bit more in depth and detail to what it is, and about to explaining the Core 64 program and laying everything out for you. So you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your routines. Completely believe that. So everything is routine. It's what we do on a day-to-day basis. It's what becomes ingrained in us. It's our intrinsic ability to be self-inspired, to be the candle that lights other candles, because of our being inspired for ourselves. We can be we can be that candle for somebody else. You can be the light for somebody else. You can be the beacon. You can be the lighthouse. But it all starts with you. And you got to be able to have your good routines, your systems of discipline, and just compounding effect, small daily disciplines. Do it. 10,000 steps, 70 marathons. We can do this. We can do this as a collective, but we need to start with you. We start with you investing into you. So all non-negotiables must be completed daily, no exceptions. If we fail to complete a non-negotiable, we must start at zero. Day zero, start all over. But it's okay. Like I said, I'm growing, I'm learning, I'm allowed to make mistakes. I'm getting better every day. We can do that. It's okay. You just reset and you start all over. So Winston Churchill says, success is going from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. Because what's failure? Failure is a learning experience. Failure is information. Okay, this is what happened when I did A or B. Now I'm going to come back with C, D, whatever. You just need to make a bet. You just need to have a better strategy, be in a better state. Stop listening to the same story that's repeated over and over again of how you used to be, because guess what? Your past, that's no longer who you are anymore, because you are your present self. So that's what that is. Just continue to go, learn from your mistakes. See the pattern and learn. So I like this quote by Joseph Campbell. The treasure you seek is in the cave you fear to enter. It's always been there. It's always been in that dark cave. And your courage is in there. Your confidence is in there. So you just got to go in there and get it. You got to go in there and get it. So I'll tell you one thing, one last story here. And this is when fear was at the all-time high. It was the start of COVID. And I was in Airborne school at 42 years old. Like, what am I doing at Airborne school at 42 years old? You know, my body is not built for this anymore. And then plus, we're going through COVID, which has never happened. Like, nobody is not prepared. It's a lot of uncertainty going on. My family's at home in Washington. I'm on the East Coast, and they don't know how to deal with it. So, but we're going to finish Airborne school. So we had an accelerated class, finished it in 10 days. And I remember the first jump, the first one, and my buddy ahead of me was just petrified and scared. His eyes were huge. Like, boom, I could see all the whites in his eyes. And I was just trying to calm him down and be like, man, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. We got to see trust in our training. And I'm trying not to freak out as well. I mean, I hear these. It was just, all you'll remember is the sound of the engines. And then we're going on and we're boarding. And then and they close the door, and we're sitting next to each other. And then we begin to just like take off, and we're moving up in the air. And we're flying until we get to like the drop zone. And once we're there, the door opens, and whoever's in the first person up, they're going to be the ones that are like staring down at the ground. They're like seeing the earth just move extremely fast beneath them. And they're like, we're getting ready to jump out of this airplane. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so talk about fear at the highest level. And so we're waiting. And then finally we're down to the last 10 seconds. They're like, 10 seconds. Oh, man, it's about to happen. So we're stand up, and then all of a sudden, I mean, it's just like one after another. You get there, and the jump master takes your line, and you jump out aggressively, and then you duck down and you count. It's like do a 6 count, and then you look up and you just go make sure your parachute's opening, and it's opened. My parachute opened, and I was like, oh my goodness, thank you. And then so you have these doubts in your head. You don't know if your parachute's going to open. And so I'm over there, and I'm floating down to the earth, and I'm looking down to the ground, and I just imagine myself landing, and I'm going to be okay. So I'm just waiting. I'm pulling on the risers, going against the wind, and trying to practice my worst PLL. I'm just not good at parachute landing falls. And so I'll come down and I hit the ground, and it just happens to be I'm really good at the first one. And I didn't feel it. It was, I came down and I kissed the earth, and it was, oh my God, I did it. And then I looked at myself and I said in my heart, and I was like, wow, that's not that bad. That was awesome. So that's what I was scared of this entire time. So that is what the fear is. Once you go into the cave that you're afraid to enter, and you actually do the thing and you stick the path and you get to the other side of unfamiliar uncertainty, then you're going to be like, that's what I was. Okay, let's go. Let's go. And you start building your momentum. Everything is momentum. We start with the energy and we build momentum, build momentum, build momentum, and then you dominate. Focus, execute, elevate, dominate. So be inspired to inspire others always, because we possess limited potential and are free to evolve into the individuals we aspire to be by harnessing the power of our imagination and a growth mindset. Okay. We can surpass any expectations we set for ourselves. The essence of this journey of Core 64 is to inspire others while continually striving for excellence, never accepting anything less than our true worth. So after all, overcoming challenges is a vital part of becoming who we are meant to be. So embrace the Core 64 journey to unlock your highest potential by striving to be 1% better than you were yesterday. Lastly, in the words of Peter Crone, you can't create the life of someone you don't yet believe yourself to be. So you are the only person standing in your way. And the way you get out of your way is you look yourself in the mirror and you believe in this newer version of you, and then you align your identity with that person, and then you follow with purpose and meaning and execution, and you do that on a day-to-day basis. We have to do this every day. We have to do this every day. That's how you're going to start believing in this person that you are becoming. So don't wait to implement this program. Instead, make the decision, take action, and dominate today. So I just want to say thank you for participating and allowing me to provide you an opportunity to invest in yourself and become Core 64 members and really start moving towards expansion and the evolution of you, and tapping into your championship DNA and boosting your mental resilience, your cognitive functioning, and then stop listening to your feelings, being able to emotionally regulate, and then start to dominate. And then it will be like this golden light that's going to follow you from now on, because you're just going to be on that level. You're going to be on that level, and the best things in your life are ahead of you. You can make, if you're 50, the next 50 years be your best 50 years. But that's going to start with you investing in yourself. So inspire the fire. We invite you to, I'm going to invite you. This is the invite to unlock your potential by igniting the fire within through discipline, gratitude, and mental resilience. So this transformative program is going to empower you to embrace personal growth, overcome challenges while fostering community engagement and the sharing of insights. So, ladies and gentlemen, Core 64, let's discover the path less traveled and inspire others as you embark on a journey of self-investment and holistic health. What do you say? The only person stopping you is you. People can have 1,000,001 problems, but when you lose your health, you're only going to have one. So invest in your health. Health is wealth. And bring out the best in you. Be 1% better than you were yesterday by doing 10% more today. Be inspired to inspire others. Have the courage and dominate today, okay? Stick the path. Thank you.